Well, one of the big surprises of the Microsoft conference, in fact, is it a surprise? Was Dead Rising 3 pretty much a shoe, and we knew this was going to happen, right?
Did you know that? You didn't know that. It's a surprise.
You know, everybody in Capcom and everyone who played Dead Rising 1 and 2 really wanted a sequel. I mean, how long have you guys been working on this for?
It's been a bit, actually a little over 2 years, I'd say. We were always sort of targeting what we wanted to do next after Dead Rising 2, and I hope everyone's happy with what they see today.
I was going to say that because while it keeps the sort of the DNA of Dead Rising, you guys have just scaled this out and scaled it out, scaled a big open world. I mean, what are the key sort of differences between what you guys have done previously to 3?
Well, first up, besides the world, is zombies are the enemy. That was a big shift versus time. Because so investing in that zombie being the enemy, investing in their AI and how the gameplay works, we want to actually put across a more gritty, serious tone so there actually was a connection to, oh, they are actually a threat. But comedy's still there if you want to. If you want to create crazy combo weapons or dress mad, it's all there. And I hope the contrast is even more hilarious for you, as opposed to us trying to make it funny up front.
With that removal of the time sort of element to it, I mean, were you guys like, this just needs to go, or like you said, because you almost wanted to just do a different take on the game?
Yeah, I mean, the time element going was really important to us because we want to invest in a bigger world that you wanted to actually explore in Sandbox, but that density's still there. You can still climb up stuff and go into houses and steal panties if that's your thing. Not saying it isn't.
You looked at me like that is, well, I'm not going to say anything on camera, but yeah.
Tail in the back, so.
But with that, I mean, what's the guy? Who are you playing? What's the story there? What's he trying to do?
Sure. His name's Nick Ramos. You'll notice his name ends with the letter K, like Frank and Chuck. Nick is a mechanic, and he's caught in this outbreak. It's been about 3 days post when you actually pick up the story. It's actually been quarantined by the military, and you have to figure out how to get out alive. It's about survival, right, and scavenging in this big open world. Well, there's a story, obviously, and there's all these side missions and all these different ways you can explore the world. For us, it was actually really important to not just create vastness, right? We want to actually create density. It was really important that that was still a trademark of the experience. I think I have ADD, most of us do in the studio, so we always want to rotate out something new, right? Always something new to pick up.
Okay. With the zombie AI, you're saying like that, I mean, what numbers is always a big part of Dead Rising, well, any zombie game, and you guys have always brought in with Dead Rising, huge number on screen. Are you guys trying to obviously raise the bar or in fact smash it entirely?
Yeah, does it look like we did?
Yeah, you did. I would like to know the number, actually. Yeah.
Well, it's actually all relative, and we've talked about this. It's hard to sort of like put a number on exactly, well, that makes sense to anyone. If anything, we're about 3 times as much as you are seeing in Dead Rising 2 in view. It's just an incredible amount. Like, we have these longer draw distances. We found, though, when you put them all shoulder to shoulder and line them all up, it's like it gets so tough, hard to drive through, hard to survive, so we need to pace it. We actually need to put a bit less here and there.
There was also the element we saw during the presentation of the sort of mobile app thing. I mean, how does that work? Is that just a player can just basically call up, you have to call the player? How does that whole symbiosis work?
Completely optional, but when we looked at Smart Glass as Dead Rising, we want to actually build something that was interwoven right into the story. So it actually has its own character and its own missions and its own story arc, and it's up to you to use it. But if you do, you'll actually start getting more gameplay actually and more things to do. And then it makes your Smart Glass device look like this sort of military phone, right? And that's kind of part of the story that you'll find out. And that guy, that sort of eye in the sky, he doesn't know what he's doing, but he's helping hijack some military stuff, so you actually can start diverting some of this sort of support your way.
And a big part is weapons and customizing weapons. How crazy have you guys went this time around?
Can't say yet. We went pretty crazy. We had so many ideas on the cutting room floor from Dead Rising 2, but also looking forward to what we just did with Dead Rising 3. The hundreds of weapons and all the ideas that have come from it, and the whole crafting system's been evolved. You can do it anywhere, and you start finding these blueprints, and they kind of tell you what to combine. But you can also level up. You can actually level up your character and level up how you combine. You can virtually almost find anything anywhere. Actually, the idea is you're actually, you need to struggle to survive. You're every day when you start. Our leveling system actually is a lot deeper. You can spend points on attributes and customize, whether you want to be really good at hand-to-hand or really good with firearms, and you'll see a lot more of that this week at E3. And so ultimately, if you level up, and you level up everything, and that probably took a lot of work, you can be virtually over the top, and it's almost ridiculous. right? And we really like to embrace that the game looks like it doesn't know that you can make fun of it. And that juxtaposition, that contrast makes it funny for you.
Where are you guys now? What have you guys got left to do before it's finished? Now, is that too big of a question?
It's a lot. Well, we're actually, we're polishing, tuning, getting the most that we can out of all of our controls and getting everything feeling really good. We're looking forward to, as we start getting closer to release, showing you more of what we have in store. We have lots.
Okay, and just sort of wrapping up, which format, what's the release date?
Xbox One exclusive, launch in November 2013.